Hello and welcome to this special episode of, I guess it's not Muso Monday anymore, is it? Today we are going to play the Call of Cthulhu. I have no idea if I pronounced that correctly, but maybe the game will tell us. You can hear the game in the background. My name is Mika Kara Zor-El, and with us we have the always amazing, super reliable, super adorable, will step on your face, and you're probably I need to work on that bit. It's Sankyu-san, aka 39-second Dakiao, because that is how long it took to make this avatar. Now, we're gonna be listening to this amazing theme song for a little bit. It does seem a bit repetitive, so maybe we will see though. So now I'm going to check on my other channels. Now let's see what is going on with them. Spooky special. Yeah, there we go. Check out Facebook. Make sure this thing is actually working. Wow, that is so cool. That is so cool. And let's check Twitch as well. So I am just going to be lazy today because we are, oh, hello, we have, this is the first chat, so let's see. We have, thank you so much for immediately sending a message, because I was curious about this new chat feature. Now there's two windows, one for Twitch and one for multi-stream, and I was wondering if I would have to switch back and forth between them, but since you messaged right now, I now know that I only need to keep my attention on one of them. It's just me, Nat. No, you are welcome. You are the first person to arrive. I'm going to make this thing official, and then we can do some just chatting. Let's see here. We're gonna put this one out there. We are going to put it here. And we are going to link it here. Okay. Now, I was hoping I would have some a spookier layout than the usual one, but I'm still an amateur. I did find this amazing image though that is in incredibly high quality, but yeah, we will see. Right now what you're hearing in the background is simply the opening part, main menu of the game. Now, how are you? How are you doing today? Also, do you have an interest in Cthulhu or Lovecraft? Because I am personally quite inexperienced with Lovecraftian mythology. I've only read, I think, maybe 2 books, and one of them wasn't written by Lovecraft himself. It was the one called The King in Yellow, and I know probably more about the author himself than I do about the universe. I am doing alright, thank you. I know a small bit about Lovecraftian mythos, and I've still not played the COC TTRPG. Let's see here. TTRPG. That sounds like maybe a board game. Ah, tabletop role-playing game. Ah, yeah, I am familiar with that one. I have not played that one myself, but I played one of the board games called Arkham something. And I also played a card game that was a little bit like Magic. I just tried it with some friends. I seem to remember it being somewhat technical, but I think you didn't have that many cards. I always get this game confused with the older Call of Cthulhu game. I am not surprised, because when it comes to horror games like these, sometimes they just skip the formalities and reuse a name wholesale. I'm almost just waiting. Well, it has actually already happened. Resident Evil did that. Almost. You know, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, which, when you read it, the title just really says Resident Evil Biohazard, which is of course the original name of the first game. The 7, you have to look pretty hard to see that it's even there. But yeah, there are plenty, well, several Call of Cthulhu video games. I do believe that because the guy passed away a long time ago, the copyright for Call of Cthulhu and trademark, it is just Defying Zero. Hello, how are you today? The one on OG Xbox. Ah, yes, that one. That one is also a first-person game and seems somewhat similar to this one, but much more action-oriented. There's also Shadow of the Comet, which is an old PC action a point-and-click adventure game. And there's also Prisoner of Ice, which was another... Maybe I do know something about the Call of Cthulhu games. But yeah, the OG Xbox one, I actually have that one on PC, but I decided to do this one instead, because the one on PC is notoriously, how would you say, not very well optimized for modern computers. It wasn't very well optimized for computers that were even out back in the day. But yeah, to get inspiration for this episode, I actually did travel to Van Island as late as, like, literally this morning. I was there taking some pictures and trying to come up with shit to say during the stream, and it was perfect because the weather was terrible and nobody was around. It was actually almost spooky. For a few moments it looked like the whole harbor on Van Island was actually deserted, at least until the boat arrived that was gonna take me back to the mainland. I put up some videos and pictures on my Twitter if you're interested. You also get to see one of my eyeballs. So, yeah, welcome to the special spooky episode of, I guess we can't even call it Muso Monday now. It's just the extra stream that is leading up to Halloween. I'm still not sure if I would be able to stream on Halloween proper. So we're gonna start today on the usual day when we're gonna stream. If you know anything about the Lovecraftian mythos, you can tell me all about it in the chat because I'm a novice. This game I did cheat a little bit, like a tiny bit. I did play the first 2 chapters to make sure I knew what I was getting into. I did a couple of tries on the second chapter because there are some different ways you can actually complete the chapter. So I did a couple of different characters with different stats and tried a couple of different solutions. But the opening chapter is, I said chapter 2, but chapter 1 is so short and simple that it barely even qualifies as a prologue, whereas that second chapter is when you are actually playing the game. After that though, I am completely in the dark. So we will get to chapter 3 pretty quickly, and then you can watch me stumble as I try to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do. If push comes to shove, there is a guide, but I'll only rely on that if I feel like we have to in order to progress. Let's see, what is the time? Oh, 13 minutes past. That is perfect. So let's get this ball rolling. Now, I'm gonna head over to the main thing here. And as you can see, this is the first multi-stream that we're doing. So we are currently live on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and Twitch all at once. You can see Sankyu-san starting up the Call of Cthulhu. I find it interesting that the game, instead of saying press any button to start, it just says enter madness. And as a quick trial, because I'm using a new controller, I'm gonna press let's see here, L2. Okay. Wow. That is interesting. So it doesn't tell you what button to press because you can press anything. Now, we're gonna start a new game, and as you can see, I already have 2 save files that are on chapter 3, but we're going to get the full experience rather than oh, spooky, rather than one of these that is actually almost like a speed run where I just blasted through the chapter. Anyway, let's start. It also looks like we got a new follower, but the alert box didn't go off, even though I spent several minutes fixing it earlier today. The new follower is called Pedakin. I will just say that there is a time limit on new followers so that the bot has time to weed out these harmful bots. I apologize, but it's for safety measures. If you haven't been weeded out by the security, you will be able to chat just like everyone else. I wish I didn't have to do this, but it's a necessity nowadays because of... I'm sure you heard about the controversy with the bots. Now, I would say get your blankie or your scare pillow or whatever it is that you need to feel safe. But we're all adults here, so you can do what you want. Somehow I feel like if the shark from Jaws was here, this would be its personal hell. Lots of fish guts. There appears to be a chain on this fence. It sure is dark. Ah, the classic lantern. How convenient to have a bolt cutter right there, just when you need one. Is this going to be a walking simulator? I don't think it's going to be, but we'll see. Somebody compare this game to The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, a game I have played. I did not like that one though. Oh, somebody was talking in the background, I'm sorry.
What a putrid offering. Don't fight. You have been chosen.
Wait, is this what this guy thinks qualifies as running? I think the guy in Outlast actually walks faster than this guy runs. So if we encounter chaser enemies, we are a dead meat for sure, cause this guy's hardly a marathon sprinter.
Behold
Huh.
Lost battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage. Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Pierce Investigation Agency. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stopped, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? Could it be the one from the title of the game, perhaps?
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
One of his salt cases. The bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case, but when you're already outside the law, there is not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you. Oh no.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
After the boat ride, you decided to be a detective. Seems legit. Ah yes, we went to the island to investigate. You will see. Now, I do like how the game immediately sets itself apart from the author, because I do know a little bit about Lovecraft himself. The guy was he had a lot of prejudice in him. A lot. But this game quickly does married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it. Obviously, there's a lot of subtext here, but I think you understand that they wanted to quickly decide that we are not this particular guy, because he would never write a story like this. But we would, because we are modern people. Anyway, let's put this away. And also check the chat, because it is going crazy right now. Give me a sec. Oh, we don't have to pause the game for that. Let's see here. The bot likes to do grammar checks. Yeah, after the boat ride you decided to be a detective. Seems legit. Lovecraft, great lore, but he was a crazy person. Yeah, the guy was, like I said, he had a lot of prejudice, and he also had a lot of issues that he never successfully dealt with. He did invent an entire genre of horror, though, that we still appreciate today. So I would say that when you take Lovecraft's work, just as many have, even people from his same era, like the guy who wrote The King in Yellow, a book that I have actually read, you can take that grimy jewel and polish it up, and it actually becomes something really nice. That is me being very political. Anyway, let's keep exploring. What is this?
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be an avid reader.
California to Alaska. That's the only title I can make out. Nothing here.
Been too long since I've slept in a bed.
Aha, this guy sleeps on his couch. Let's turn off the radio. What else do we have?
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Oh.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Ah, yes, those messages were from a new bot that I'm experimenting with. It's mostly for to remind people to keep their posture and stay hydrated, so that if you're here for a long time, you don't get back pain, or if you're dehydrated, bad things will happen. I like to keep these things in mind myself, so I'm constantly switching postures, and I always have something to keep me hydrated. But I'd like it if other people had the same thing, so I thought those were important to add right away. Anyway, since I have already played Chapter 2, I just picked stuff that I know is important. You need spot hidden and investigation all the time, so I decided to put my points on those, but you do have other alternatives such as psychology, strength, how do you say this? Eloquence? I know what it means, but I never actually heard anyone say it. Occultism and medicine. From the looks of it, occultism is something that you can't simply add to your character aside from this one instance. Same with medicine. You get upgrades for those by picking up stuff in the game world, as it were. Let's see. Hexnest's political take will be wash your hands with soap to stay clean. Exactly. Just because we're an adults only stream doesn't mean I have to do politics right here and now, especially for a guy as controversial as Lovecraft. I think all it takes is a quick Google and you will find out why this guy has an interesting reputation. Now, I heard that this game has a controversial backstory, the game itself, but I actually don't know that one. So if somebody would tell me, that would be very interesting, because as far as I knew, the only controversy behind this game was that it's made by Focus Interactive, who have had their games have been hit and miss. they are, I would say, sort of a B-tier developer. Like, they make good games sometimes, but they're not like, they can't compare to the big dogs like Activision or EA. They actually have to put their money where their mouth is, and that doesn't always work out. There is also a part of it that they are owned by Koch Media, which is like the Koch brothers, and they themselves are not the best of people. Their backgrounds is also mired in controversy, but I try not to think about that because the Koch brothers obviously don't make these games. Also, it's more singular now. Let's see, I like the visuals in the game, says Pretty Cool Dan. Yeah, the visuals are actually better than I expected looking at video of the game. I'm not sure if they patched the game, but looking at videos of people playing the game, the frame rate was clearly much worse than it actually is in the game now that I'm playing it. The game combines point-and-click 3D adventure game and RPGs. It's weird and cool. Oh, I definitely noticed that. It's
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our
well,
files will
you'll
be
see.
up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, do you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
All of
What
the
am I
assumptions.
supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Let's see. Defying Zero says, I heard this game is good but has flaws. from what I heard from reviews, it seems most people like it. That they think it's a pretty good Lovecraft game. Like overall, and from what I've seen, the game is pretty good, but since it limits itself to sort of playing by the rules, trying to be sort of like a RPG, the pen and paper version, it can seem odd. The logic makes sense if you played pen and paper RPGs, but if you're more used to video game logic, some things will appear to make less sense. Now, let's take a look at this picture.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
I'm not familiar with this logo. I can tell you it's not the sign in yellow, because that one looks different. We also have a stack of
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
let's see here, a shipping label. Some of it is unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater. Too bad it's not Warehouse 39, because Warehouse 39 is tidy and clean and easy to access. It's open to all. If it had been in that warehouse, the game would have been over by the time we opened the door. But we don't want that. The police report. It says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decide on domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? A press cutting, an article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life there with their only son, Simon.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
To anyone in the US, is Darkwater actually a place that exists outside of Boston? My geography on the US is rather limited. I mostly know New York, and that is mostly because New York is a city that is constantly replicated in various video games. I've played so many games that take place in New York. I actually want to go to Manhattan to see if it's really true that you can find your way from Wall Street to the tunnel just going by maps that are in games like Midtown Madness or True Crime Streets of New York. I've actually done that stretch several times in various games to get to the tunnel that leads to the Statue of Liberty, just so that if I'm ever there, I want to try it in real life and see if it's actually true that, well, if I actually could find my way there just by playing video games. So if I go to the US, New York would be at the top of the list. Boston, however, I know nothing about.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
And that was the first chapter.
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic.
Here's one of those items I mentioned. By picking this up, you get a little bit better at medicine.
You'll no doubt find some information on this island in there. Natural sciences, linguistic. Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. That seems a bit unrelated. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long-abandoned caves. What is that? Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows, but today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coast of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
Finding boats to islands like this, at least here, is incredibly easy. But we live in an industrialized society. Then again, so does he. I'm not sure about the loading times in these games. They seem to vary a lot. Sometimes they're super fast, sometimes they take rather long. This one is slower than the others. And here we have the actual intro. Cyanide Studio.
We're almost there.
Hmm. The Scylla.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
Nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Ooh.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Random fact. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the game franchise Alone in the Dark. Alone in the Dark has a couple of games that I actually considered for this special stream. But while the first Alone in the Dark and the second Alone in the Dark are classic games that still hold up pretty well, the rest of the franchise is a pile of garbage. Now, in the fourth game, you go to a place called Black Moses Island, which for some reason is the same island that you go to in Metal Gear Solid. I keep wondering if that island is real, or if those names adding up and matching is a pure coincidence, because Metal Gear, while it does psychological horror, doesn't seem to be all that into Lovecraft lore, whereas Alone in the Dark was made to not be a Lovecraft game, seemingly just out of pure chance because the developers wanted to own the franchise wholesale, or something to that effect. The guy that you're playing as in this game actually looks a lot like the main character from Alone in the Dark. He has the same coat, the same rough thing, like hair. He's also an investigator. He also goes to investigate his first case because of, well, stuff like this. And he also ends up on an island at one point. Though the first game you just go to a...
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Ah, the Prohibition era is in effect, I see. But there's a bar. Even the main character thinks that's weird. Now, let's see here. Okay, so here's a guy, and here's his clone, I guess. Oh, it actually looks slightly different. Anyway, let's go into the bar. I know there's a trophy related to drinking, so we're gonna try to stay away from alcohol if we can help it, to get that sweet, sweet trophy. I see.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
I don't have time for all this bravado.
Don't
Wow.
be so high and mighty, sir. We don't like mainland snobs.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
So, the main character is apparently the sort of guy who likes to establish dominance by pushing people that he suspects might be troublemakers around.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
She would know it anyway. So, bootleggers.
The Stranded Whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Remember when we were playing The Devil Came Through Here trilogy, and one of the neighbors in the game, Cat Lady, talks about, well, rather, the Cat Lady talks about one of her neighbors and says she can hear screams and loud noises coming from the room, and then when you go up there to investigate, it turns out that the guy living in that flat is a hardcore PC gamer, and he was playing Doom all day. You can actually hear the theme of one of the stages from Doom coming through his door. I thought that was pretty fun. This dialogue just reminded me of that. We're not gonna order a drink, so I
That'll
guess
be
we're
all for
leaving. Now, there's an important piece of stuff that you need to find right here.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Let's see here. We saw this Scylla or Scylla. I'm not sure how you pronounce that name in English, but we saw that boat right at the start of the game. It was stranded on the beach. You could see the label quite clearly. Scylla is a weird name for a boat, considering it's from Scylla and Charybdis, the two monsters. One of them was a huge creature that was at the bottom of a giant whirlpool, and the other one was a tentacle monster that reached down from the ceiling of a cave. It's from the book The Odyssey, where the main character has to make it past those two, and if you row, if you row, you might end up in the whirlpool and get sucked down. But if you stop, the monster in the ceiling will pick off your rowman. It was the ancient Greek way of saying stuck between a rock and a hard place. I think a lot of people will probably know that story, but if you didn't know, now you know. Scylla returns. Man, I'm gonna have to pick up pronunciations. I'm gonna go with the K. The Scylla returns from to port to save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of the Scylla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late Tuesday afternoon. Darkwater port. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board, of a size that went beyond the formidable toothed whales that the cetacean that is already being called the miraculous catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. That is a giant whale. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutritious benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Warehouse for rent. Mr. Marks is putting up his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing, workshop, or storage activities. You can contact him via your favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. Special evening at the Stranded Whale, which is where we're currently at. To celebrate the return of the brave whalers, all of the staff of the Stranded Whale will invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or with friends to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate. And if they were starving, I imagine pretty much everybody on the island went to this event. But it was 80 years ago. Now, let's talk to this guy.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
Reading a book. Yeah, whale oil. You know. I imagine that. I actually used to joke about this with my sister about seal oil being something that you use to beat out of the seals using clubs. That is a really crude joke, but you know, kids.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens. We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof. Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Ah, Resident Evil 4? Hello, stranger.
What you looking at, stranger?
Ah, again. Pretty sure what they caught wasn't a fish. What is a woman like you doing in a place like this? Nothing at all, and she can certainly put them away. Put the water away.
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
Ah.
What gives you the right to judge me?
Oh, yeah.
It was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger.
Stranger. Thank you, stranger.
She will do it again, you know.
Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it.
She won't stop.
No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
Yeah, this guy's... If I know anything about the pen and paper RPG, this guy's playing it wrong. If you start reading a book and it's talking about being stalked by some entity and it needs to find a new reader, you should probably put the book down.
And the doctor, what did he say?
Why is it glowing so weird? Doesn't seem like we can pick it up. Anyway, this is the harbor master's office. This is where the guy decided to invite us. He's standing right over here. But before we go, we're gonna check out his place and
The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor. A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years.
Ah, whales.
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
Ah, still an amateur. Save points. Save points come up at certain instances. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of manipulation because a lot of the skill checks in this game are basically dice rolls. So even if you're like an expert, you can still technically fail. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but I just think of it as a dice roll. We do have some skill points though. Let's see here. We have one skill point available. Let's see here. Professional, spot hidden, psychology. Let's add to spot hidden. Yes. There is one check here that I haven't been able to actually do.
Can't you go any faster?
When you check this thing.
If you force it too much, we'll break everything.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
If he says that, he failed. You can't tell, but that was a failed.
Stupid idiots.
Forget it. The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots. Sort out. Your chum wanted to stir us up.
But you can stay to
Nothing
watch
for
if
you
you
here
want.
either.
You can pick
Beat
up the
it.
pieces.
Come on, you bastard. You'll see what a true sailor's got in his belly. You hear that?
Okay, so let's go back and investigate a little more. We also want to trigger a save point. So we're gonna keep looking through his office, because everything that you find you can ask about. So you want to be able to ask about all the things.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
In this photograph, a man who looks like Captain Fitzroy is posing on the bridge of a ship. He has a wooden leg. Here's that wooden leg.
What a macabre souvenir.
We have one more item that we want to get. Defying Zero asks, how long is this game, by the way? Right now we're playing it at an incredibly slow pace compared to what a speedrun would be, or even a casual let's just blast through the game. I heard you can handedly beat the game in 10 hours if you don't bother reading stuff.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
The terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier, Cat.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
Okay, so here's
These
our
manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are still legible. 1890 and 1907. And a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? Now Fitzroy just went outside. So we're gonna follow him and talk to him some more.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale, even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Let's go straight to the point.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth, and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha, indeed, you're right.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Okay, so now the game's saved, and we're gonna try to do a thing real quick. This one is a dice roll. Hopefully we can get it quickly, but otherwise we're gonna have to restart from the last save. This is a trick that you can use in the game, though you have to pay attention. We're gonna go down here, and we're gonna try to open this door, and try also to pay attention. That didn't work, so we're gonna reload. I think door picking is part of the character's investigation skill. It shouldn't take that long to try again, and our investigation skill is actually pretty high, so it shouldn't take that many tries, because I was able to do this in, well, less than 4 tries without having put any points into it at all. But I do apologize. There's a thing in here that we want. So we're gonna run down here and try it again. This is manipulating the game a tiny bit, but it's gonna save us some trouble. We're gonna try to pick the door again. I'm not sure. Wow, that was 2 failures in a row. Interesting. You get more items, at least, if you pick the doors, because that is the only way to get in there. The reason that I'm resetting is because you only get 1 try, and if you fail and you don't reload in time, the game actually saves the fact that you failed to open the door. So you only get 1 try. So there is a solution that you can do for the thing that we want in there, but I'd rather not do that. We're gonna give it 1 more try. Once again, the game seems to think that this qualifies as running. There's another thing you can do down here that you cannot fail, but it's better to do this thing first. Okay. Let's get into position. Come on, get it, get it, get it. Oh, he failed again. That is crazy unlucky. Okay, 1 last try. If this doesn't work, we're gonna do it the hard way. So, pray to the RNG gods and make them roll a 20. Or whatever sided die you use in the Call of Cthulhu pen and paper game. Maybe it's one of those games that use a D6? I'm not sure. Probably a D20, because that's what most game uses nowadays. So we're gonna try this again. If this fails, we're gonna do it the other way.
It's a sign. There's something coming.
Okay. Okay. Pray to the RNG gods. Oh wait, let's pray to the statue, since we're not gonna retry. Here's a statue.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Okay, so we made our prayer to the patron saint of... Let's just pretend this is the RNG god. Now we're gonna try to open this thing again. And we hope it works this time. There is another thing that you're gonna wanna do later that we're gonna keep retrying until we get it. This one you don't have to do. Ah, perfect.
There.
Okay. We're gonna take out our light.
Hello, old friend.
We got a bottle of liquor. There's also a hidden object here, but it looks like we failed the spot hidden check. It's a note that says one of Cat's henchmen have been stealing some of the bootleg. That information is entirely useless though, because if you ever try to use it, you're just gonna get your ass kicked, so we don't need that one. It's good for trophies though. So this is warehouse 36, the building that we need to get into. It's right over here.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm not here to hinder your work, officer. Edward Pierce, private detective.
Sorry, we're all a little on edge today. What are you doing here?
I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
Darn it. Why do you want to drag up all that stuff again?
My investigation has led me to this warehouse.
That case was closed months ago.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
So the cop is blocking the entrance. This door leads to the place where we want to go. There is a back entrance guarded by these guys. We can spy on them a little by going here.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway. Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's gonna be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes.
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors?
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
These guys are hopeless.
I bid you gentlemen farewell.
They're just bootlegger henchmen for the cat. Now, we want to get inside, but we're going to do it in a very special way. To do that, however, we need an accessible save point. And to do that, we talk to these guys.
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I respect your beliefs.
Our beliefs? You mean you don't believe in God?
That's irrelevant.
That's what you think.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to Dark Water?
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
So they live in the wreck of a boat that barely has. I guess it covers their head when it rains.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
Local.
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Okay, so now we're gonna
The two guys
get our
behind you.
save spots.
What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Oh. Okay, get rid of
I have
the
an
guards.
offer that could interest you.
We're listening.
I need you to keep them busy for a while.
You send us to take the punishment while you go quietly about your business. What's in it for us?
What would convince you to help me?
There's only one thing that'll get us to move.
For sure. Bring us something to drink and we'll take care of the bootleggers.
So you remember that bottle that we found in the door that we picked? This is where you use that.
Look what I've got.
Ta-da!
You're a good guy, you. Follow me.
Okay, so now what you can do
Jackass.
is simply wait for these guys to leave, and then you run into the alley and you try to open the door. But we're not gonna do that. We're gonna take an alternate route that gets us an additional thing. And these guys that were making trouble over here, they're gone now. So we're gonna go in here, because there's a path right here that you can open up with this thing up here. We can go up and take a look.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating, but it's been completely taken to bits. There must be some spare parts amid all this clutter.
You get the hint that you can possibly do this from Fitzgard, the captain that we were talking to before, but we don't actually need to talk to him. We can just do this anyway. So there are a couple of things that we need to find in here. Here's one. It's a lever.
This handle will be perfect for the winch.
Getting any Resident Evil vibes yet? I like how in one of the games, I think it's Resident Evil 5, where Jill cracks a joke about how mad scientists have a thing for crankshafts, and that she thinks the puzzles with the crankshafts are actually getting a bit ridiculous. So when you do that puzzle in Resident Evil 5, she's like, this again? Why? Am I gonna have to play the Moonlight Sonata on a piano? Oh, okay, I guess I am. Damn it.
A ratchet device. Exactly what I need.
The last item is on the side somewhere. It is very difficult to see though. Here.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
Now, the reason we're doing this path is because you get an extra scene. But we're gonna have to do the thing as well, where we may have to reload. And we're gonna have to do this one until we get it right, because otherwise you miss out on a whole extra scene that is worth a silver trophy that you simply can't get any other way. Okay, so now you need to hold to test your strength. It's apparently not a very difficult roll, but it's very quick. So to do this properly, you're gonna hold.
Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle.
Okay, so we're gonna look for the grate to come up and open pretty much right away. Oh, nope, he failed. Now we have to do the thing again. I promise it's worth it. The trick to this one is that it's very, very quick. You have to be really on the ball, otherwise it's gonna save and you're gonna be stuck. Well, not stuck, but you're gonna have to do a solution to the puzzle that involves even more RNG and can end up with you in a bad spot. If you can get this puzzle though, you don't need to worry about RNG anymore. But if you try to take the alternate route, you have a couple of RNG elements. So I'd rather do this one because it's not very difficult to get this right, but it's still random. It's a strength check that is pretty high chance that you're gonna get it. So we're just gonna run back to the we're gonna run back to this area and do it properly, hopefully. This time we're just gonna go fetch the stuff right away. No investigation necessary. We're just gonna pick up the things. So we're gonna take out the lighter. We're gonna go get the cogwheel, like so.
An old cogwheel, rusty, but in working order.
We're gonna get this thing.
A handle. It must come from these old winches.
And we're gonna get the last thing.
This ratchet device seems to be usable.
We're gonna hurry up.
I could use this old winch to... Looks like everything is in its place.
Okay.
All that's left is to try to turn this handle.
So we try to pay attention again. And he's struggling. Ah, damn it. Reload again. You have to be so quick to catch that. If you do it properly, the gate will come up like right away, like immediately when he starts turning the wheel. If it fails, you need to quit out right away, because the game doesn't give you much of grace time at all. Once we beat this chapter, I am totally in the dark, so this is the last time I'm gonna do this. I just want to make sure we're on the proper path in the beginning of the game. The rest of it is gonna be pure guesswork on my behalf, or I guess you if you want a backseat game. This particular chapter isn't like super hard to figure out, it's just this part. We're gonna try this again.
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
And like I said, once we're done with this, no more need to worry about RNG. Oh, maybe I should get the stuff first. Okay, so we're gonna get a ratchet device.
This ratchet device seems to be usable.
And oh wait, there's a thing you can
whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
Let's see here.
An old cogwheel. Rusty, but in working order. A handle. It must come from these old winches.
Okay. Pray once more to the RNG gods. Please, please work.
Looks like everything is in its place.
It will
All
be
that's
worth
left
it,
is
I
to
promise.
try to turn this handle.
Okay, let's go. Pull, 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 pull. No. 4th time's the charm again? What the hell? I'm super unlucky with RNG right now. But it is the last time. I promise we will not be doing these loads again and again. At least we're getting a little more efficient. There is a scene that we don't want to miss. I can't believe they put... Well, you'll see. Apparently this game is kinda slow burn when it comes to the horror. It starts amping up very slowly. At least according to reviews, it takes a long time before you actually get into the whole cosmic horror thing. But doing this, you can get that ball rolling a bit earlier. Yeah, the real horror in this game is the RNG. Pretty cool, Dan says. Yeah, especially I know what's in here and why you want to do it.
A handle. It must come from these old winches. This ratchet device seems to be usable.
It also feels a bit alien for a point-and-click adventure game to have solutions to puzzles that are RNG based, instead of, you know, how it usually goes is that if you have the solution, you have the solution, and there you go. But
Rusty, but in working order.
In this game, you can have the solution, perform it properly, and still fail.
I could use this old win.
Because you're supposed to do it in a specific order as well.
Looks like everything is in its
I'm
place.
doing it in.
All that's left is to try to turn this handle.
Okay, please, please, please. Whale God, whale God. Let's go. Oh my god, he failed again. No. No. The strength test, the guy is a professional. The strength test should be enough. Please, game. Why? Maybe it's because I'm not hydrated enough, so let's fix that. Let's power up with some cola. Ah, I have an idea. I'm gonna check something.
Follow me.
Let's see if we have any skill points. We do. Okay, let's put that into some extra strength. 50%. Maybe that works. Because apparently strength is a thing that you're gonna need later on anyway, so you can use those points to increase your chances right now. Hopefully this will work. Okay.
A handle. It must come from these old winches.
So, while we're doing this again, let's do a probability question for the chat. So, let's say, because I know pen and paper,
an old cogwheel. Rusty,
people are a bit superstitious about their dice rolls. So, what if you have a six-sided die
seems to be usable.
and you're trying to roll, let's say you're trying to roll a 1 and you have or actually you're trying to roll a 1 and you're trying to roll as many 1s as possible on a six-sided die. So you start doing the rolls. You're doing the first roll, you get a 1. You do the second roll, you get a 1. You do the third roll, you get another 1. You do the fifth roll, you're still getting another 1. Now you're on your last roll. You got 5 1s in a row. What are the odds that you get a 1?
I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
If you roll 5 1s in a row on a six-sided die and you're trying to get a 6th one in a row, what are the odds that you're getting a 6th? What are the odds that you get 6 1s, the 6th one in a row? Let's get this open. Come on. Please don't make me reload again. Pretty cool, Dan says 1 out of 6. Exactly. Exactly, because that's how probability works. No matter how many 1s in a row that you got, because you're using a six-sided die, the odds of getting a 1 is still 1 in 6. Whatever you got before this doesn't matter. It's still a 1 in 6.
Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Pull, 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 pull. Oh my god. This fucking guy. Oh, wow. I got this on my second try in the trial, and I didn't even know what I was doing. Come on. I was hoping that story, the dice thing, was gonna be enough to stall. Jesus Christ. Oh, back we go. This part is, I can see if people have issues with the game. This is one of the things that would bother you when you have a solution and it's still RNG based. if you're actually trying to go for the platinum trophy, which means you have to get these, you actually have to get these, that can be really annoying when you have to try something again and again and again, even though the solution is so simple.
Follow me.
I mean, personally, I don't mind, but I also feel like we're wasting time.
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
Yeah, and that was with the points upgrades. So let's not do that this time. Let's just try it again. However, I will say that when it comes to video games, I'm not sure how this game works, but video games have a tendency to
A handle. It must come from these old winches.
to be biased, where they're intentionally trying
A
to
whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this ratchet device seems to be usable.
like, I was playing Trials of Mana the other day, trying to beat the game, and when you are at an inn, you can use
old cog
item
wheel.
seeds to get
Rusty,
random items.
but in working order.
And when you use the item seeds, it's supposed to be random, but it's clearly, very clearly favors whoever you pick as the main character. I got the final weapon for Angela, the character I was playing, 3 times, and I got nothing for the other characters.
I could use this old winch to lift.
So you could tell that the RNG was I wonder if that affects anything. But yeah, the game was
Looks like
clearly
everything is in its place.
favoring
All I have to do is turn this handle.
the main character in that regard. Ah, thank you, finally. Okay. You see? Now it worked. Okay, so now this area you normally don't get to, no matter how you do the... There's multiple solutions outside that gets you to the same area, but you can't get here at all unless you do this puzzle. Thank you.
Smoke. It's coming from this oil. I hope it's not toxic.
Well, let's just get out of here. Now we're in the secret area that you can't access normally. Ah. Now we're actually playing a horror game. I'm not sure what that was, but tentacles. Let's see, here's a mural that you actually can... It's another one of those. You can't find this mural if you don't go down here.
This is primitive.
So now we're inside of this gate. This is where we walked past before. You see the street. We're gonna slip in here.
This place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
We finally made it inside of this area. Now, the reason you can't go back is because you have to jump off this ledge. Now we get to the supernatural stuff. Let's see here. Oh. Spend some skill points. Ooh. This is new. Mental trauma. While investigating in the Hawkins warehouse, Pierce entered a partially submerged tunnel. Something took hold of his arm and tried to drag him beneath the surface. Drowning, the detective caught glimpses of human and animal bodies as well as an underground city. So that was what we saw. Pierce managed to make it back to the surface to discover that rather than tentacles, it was seaweed that had wrapped itself around his arm. The vision nevertheless disturbed him by its clarity and its violence. Stable. Confident in your ability and your Cartesian mind, you conduct your investigation by sticking to the facts, your convictions, and your perception of reality. Your conclusions are logical and reliable. I wonder if this can change so that your character just becomes crazy. I mean... Okay, so now we have a special feature. Where you have to press these buttons to do this. And now we can investigate.
Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings? It smells as bad as it looks. These painkillers were prescribed 3 months ago. Someone has been taking them since the time of the Hawkins' death. Can't sleep. I know how that feels. What happened here?
Yes, he failed that test too. But if he succeeds, he will comment on bandages that are here, and he asked whether they were on before or after somebody smashed a window, mirror. Yeah, I think that was it. We got another character point. Let's spend some of them. Let's see here. Improving this skill increases your chances of forcing doors and mechanisms. Physical or verbal. Analyzing a crime scene or an object and of picking locks. He failed a lot of times with picking locks despite having a 70% expertise. Let's put some more points into this. 75 is good enough. Let's do this for 50% and 1 point towards this. There we go. Okay, so now we're gonna try to get out of here. This is the door you would have gotten in through if you had done one of the many other solutions.
Someone has settled in here.
Uh-oh.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! Detective Pierce. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
We're gonna try another test. It's not gonna matter much.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr.
Uh-oh.
Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door?
At least you didn't try to fight the cop. Nah. I did try to fight a couple of times. It didn't work out very well.
This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Oof.
Why you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Her turf,
Is it far, this mansion?
Alone in the Dark throwback.
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Now, we are at Chapter 3. From this point on, I actually have no idea what to do or where we are going. So this is going to be interesting. Welcome to Chapter 3. We'll be playing completely blind from this point. This is the guy who got his cheek opened up Joker style by a cat. What is this? Oh, stay hydrated. Like, time to take another sip. This looks
Well,
so much
Hawkins
like
mansion.
Alone in the Dark, it's not funny.
The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
He seems like a decent cop, actually.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
Huh. It's really that old.
Come on, let's leave the stories of the dead alone. They've nothing to do with your case anyhow. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
I live in a town that has a 600-year-old history, and I will note that most of our buildings that are actually 600 years old don't actually look that bad, because they've been refurbished and touched up over the years. Some of them, it's actually kind of hard to tell that they're that old, because they've been spruced up repeatedly over the years. There are a couple of buildings, one that is outside of my house on a street, where you can definitely tell that the house has been there since at least the 1800s, because you give the house a glance and you can tell that the thing is not of this time, and it's also in really, really bad shape. I do think that somebody lives there though, which makes it a bit weird. But it stands out because most houses here are, like I said, they've been touched up. The main thing that you can tell in this town that there are houses from different ages is mostly the fact that they look very different. Like the city hall is like futuristic design from the 70s, which makes it look like a really strange sort of art object, whereas the house from across the house across from it looks more like classic, like early 1900s apartment building. But aside from the style, they both look fine.
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
You're talking about Winchester?
That's right. The Hawkins' old caretaker. Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
I could point out that this game apparently has an aiming and shooting mechanic.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family, so he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
This angle sort of makes it look like it's a 3D character standing in front of a 2D portrait.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
So that's the mansion. Should we go straight to the mansion, or... That's a big fucking house. We can check out this part first, I guess. Let's see... Knocked over chair. I guess this was like a garden at some point. Nothing here, nothing here. Pretty dark though. Check the walls. There we go. What is this? A potato? Small wooden whale. A figurine of a whale carved from wood. It's the sort of toy sailors made for their children. Oh, okay. Anything else? I wish I had a lighter like this guy. My lighter, you can't even walk. Fuck, I can't make my lighter stay lit standing still outside, outdoors most of the time. Yeah, doesn't seem to be much here. Nope. Yeah, let's just move on, unless... Nope.
Recently fallen. It's as if all life has abandoned the place.
Okay. Thought we were gonna go up here. Do we have another path? Ah, here. Okay. Man, this place looks so much like a thing from Alone in the Dark New Nightmare. It's like they just copied even the statue and this area.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined, but the architecture seems too recent.
1693. So is that the cop standing over there? Did he burn his finger? Huh, I guess he did. Oh, wait, the music changed. Let's head back. Ah, a gravestone. And another gravestone. And another gravestone. Ah, this must be where the family is buried, I guess. Let's investigate. Let's see here.
Poor kid.
This kid was 11 years old.
Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Because his daughter got buried on some remote island in a remote place. I can see it.
Let's go to the mansion.
No, we still have
Please
one
give
more
me a
time.
minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary? And steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh.
I take it that's Silas is doing. What is this though? So those were knocked over and broke, but these were not?
Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
Oh, that's what he was talking about. Let's see. I laid me down and slept. I awaked, for the Lord sustained me. That was a save. What is that? The Lighthouse? I did play through this other horror game recently, made by Shinji Mikami, the guy who did Resident Evil. His latest series, endeavor, whatever you want to call it, Evil Within. If Evil Within logic would apply, then you should have gone in this direction, because you always had you should always aim for the lighthouse in that game. Takes forever before you actually find out, but that's how it works. Wow, they boarded up the door. Boarded up the windows too.
I'll have to find another entrance.
Going from here. Wow, this area is super depressing. I've actually seen places like this. You imagine that it would be exciting to go to an abandoned place, but it usually just looks like this. Like everything is just broken, everything is just faded, just stuff lying around for no reason. It's still pretty cool, but it's seeing places like this,
This entrance is still in use.
Gets pretty depressing after a while.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa! You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them! Dump them into the ocean!
Oh.
You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe, and let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
Ooh.
You don't know
Guess you
how
got the
right you are.
Right.
Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
No one lives in the mansion, and you don't take care of it anymore. If you have a good reason to be here, I'm listening.
There's vermin. I keep an eye out.
Vermin?
Yeah, that's it, vermin.
Right. This is what we're going to do. I go inside, and I promise that I'll hunt vermin. Okay with you?
I'm not sure.
If there's nothing else to fear, you can give me that key.
Right. take the key and do what you have to do.
Trophy on
Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
We don't need to hurry. Let's explore this area first. Oh, wow. This... Oh, whoa. Okay. So this area was a bit larger than I expected. Let's see where this path goes. Kind of hoping it doesn't go too far. Let's see. Oh, there's a whole building here. Yeah, let's not go inside just yet. Ooh, hello.
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes. Bourbon. Empty, of course.
Oh, you're not even gonna try to pick the lock? Fine. So this is where Silas lives, then. Okay, I guess we're going back upstairs and see if we can talk to... either the officer or Silas himself. He went somewhere.
Piers, shall we enter? Now that you finish your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go.
Oh, I'm so excited about this, but yeah, let's just do it. I'll look into this later. Okay, the door is unlocked. I'm mostly hesitating for... Let's see if this guy is anywhere we can actually see him. Or did he go back to his house, perhaps? This area is so large, I keep thinking there's something I missed. Yeah. I'll look into it later. For now, let's head inside and see what's in here.
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Pierce and Officer Bradley explore the gardens of the Hawkins mansion. The family lies in the graveyard. Silas keeps watch over the place with his axe. Calm him down. Enter the building. Look for the scene of the fire. Okay.
Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me? Sarah Hawkins and little Simon. The perfect picture of the middle-class family.
Okay, investigation mode. Go. Ah, interesting. So everything is... put... Ah, yes, I forgot you cannot do that. 5 CP available. We could...
What kind of meat is this?
Oh, he must have failed. That looks like maybe... I would say it's a turkey, but turkeys don't have tentacles. So maybe a squid?
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
What else do we investigate? Oh, hello, it's Gravity Raven. What are you up to? I mean, how are you doing today? Find a fire. Oh, here we go. What is this?
The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor.
Ah. So where are you tuning in from? Because we are doing a multi-Twitch today. Multi-stream today. We are live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and... oh yeah, Twitch, of course.
Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
I ain't got all that up, I'm just on Twitch. Yeah, I'm a bit curious about... I'm gonna have to... Oh wait, I can actually check that. Give me a sec. I'm thinking that the little logos that show up between the names actually signifies where people are chatting from. I don't think we're done here. The fireplace is right here, but this wasn't burning, it seems.
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Aha. Yeah. Well, what it did tell us was that it wasn't this fireplace here, because that wasn't running at the time. And he just said so, so we managed to make the correct conclusion. Where we found out that it doesn't seem like it happened in there. Here's something.
Charles and Sarah's wedding was painted by Sarah herself. Charles and Sarah's wedding was painted by Sarah herself. Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
Charles Hawkins pose look... The pyramids. Why are all of these like smoking? Convenient invisible wall.
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
Let's make a quick sweep first. Ah, yeah, this whole place has been badly burned. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be much to find in here because everything is just destroyed. Let's see what the scene looked like. Everything is still destroyed. What is this? Lantern?
They had a fight. Why? Did it stop at the time of the fire?
Ah, hidden object.
Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes?
Oh.
How?
Oh yeah, when you see that green question mark, like the original logo, apparently there are more hidden objects for you to find.
Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
And when it does that thing, I think you're done with at least hidden objects. Oh no, I know what that is.
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
Oh, that's actually a good point.
Did someone escape the fire?
The plot thickens.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
Wow, this guy is confident.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
This door is locked. This door is locked.
His lock-picking technique seems to have just evaporated. Someone maybe took it before the fire. Okay, so we got in through here. I can't make out what this is a picture of. A staircase? History of medicine in the 18th century. Collection of medical knowledge and health practices. Actually only covers the so-called civilized countries. It does not deal with the influence of the holistic medicines or medicines from continents considered inferior. I like the wording on that. Let's see. Medicine. Still 1 out of 5.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks. And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person.
How deep does this game go? I actually don't know. I do like what I'm seeing though, because it's doing the horror bit in a way I really like, where obviously it's gonna be a horror game because it's set in the Cthulhu universe. But so far, it's mostly been concerned about you solving this murder mystery, and we haven't seen much in the way of monsters yet. The only thing we saw was the one that we broke our backs and fought the RNG god repeatedly for. We could have easily missed that scene, and that would have been, you know... the Riddler alarm is going off. Let's check this thing first.
The lyrics of the Drunken Sailor, a sea shanty.
Ah, that was the song they were singing before. Let's see. Ah, okay. So the hidden object is somewhere in here. Those things are pretty small. They're pretty hard to see even if you know where they are. But I think I got it. A crowbar. Found in Hawkins. It probably belongs.
A crowbar. Could prove useful.
Ah, very, very nice. Now, where do we actually use them?
This door is blocked from the outside.
Ah, that's the door that... Okay, we were on the other side of this door before. Let's see.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Dated 1818.
What the hell was that? I bet you're supposed to use that crowbar. Maybe here? No? What about the locked door from before? Can you use it here?
This door is locked.
Ah, you have a crowbar. Come on. I guess because he's trying not to desecrate the place. A door like this would be pretty easy to knock down. Like, you don't even need a crowbar. You can just use a screwdriver. And you don't even need to do lock picking with a screwdriver. I've actually done something to that effect at least one point. Indoor doors like this are very easy to pry open without actually breaking them. Now, do we go upstairs or do we talk to the cop? Let's go upstairs. And we're immediately blocked by furniture. Would it kill you to climb just a little bit to get over this obstacle? I bet I could do that. Okay, let's go up here then. This ladder has seen better days, and it's not even burnt, it's just broken. Somebody fell down? Oh hey. This is that same area from before. What do we have here?
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Yay, we got a new follower, and also the alert for the follower has been fixed. Hello, Ritsuka 6. Sorry about the timeout. It's a safety measure. It will probably, almost certainly, clear you within 10 minutes. Dear sir, as you know, I have always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes to the behavior of your wife. Huh. Last week, she again terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you should place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems to be able to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to recur, believe me that although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police. Respectfully yours, Anton Wellard. Sorry.
Locked.
I was gonna say, what is it with horror games and locked doors? And suddenly, one of them is open. What is this? Ah, it's the kids' room. Okay, there's supposed to be a
boys' room.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a hidden object here. What do we have here? Oh, okay.
What was going through that boy's mind?
The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Ah, hidden object.
The argument that led to their tragic end seems to have been simmering for some time.
Simon's private journal. He seems worried about his mother and her attacks. Tension also seems to be growing between the Hawkins couple. Could the fire be the result of an argument? Very interesting. Let's go into investigation mode. So this is like when you play Batman Arkham Asylum or Arkham City, when you go into this mode and you can just suddenly see things. Ah, here's something. What is this?
A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world?
Ah, he has all of these toys that are aimed outwards. What is this then?
Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain.
Classics.
Sarah must have read it to him before bed.
Nothing out of the ordinary. I figured a kid in the early 1900s probably... Ah.
Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family?
Oh. Ah, here are the images.
What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something.
Yay,
Something
another
terrified
trophy.
him.
Another open door.
What will her room reveal about her?
Man, this is really dark. Is the hidden object in here? Let's investigate. What is this? Here we go.
A barbiturate prescription from a certain Dr. Fuller.
Let's see. 75 milligrams of ammobitriol sodium to be taken every 4 to 6 hours as required. If attacks become too violent, add 25 milligrams of phenobarbital up to 3 times a day. Do not consume alcohol or any other medication during the period of treatment. Take to Darkwater General Store. Okay.
Such an excessive dose. Either this man is a charlatan, or Sarah's condition is unlike anything I've ever seen.
Oh, okay. I'm glad the main character knows about that. Oh, here we have something.
Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
They act as the depressant of the nervous system, but once you begin, you can never live without them. Of that, I know something. He has personal experience. There's supposed to be yet another hidden object. What do we have? Here. Sarah Hawkins' sketches look more like a gallery of horrors than anatomical studies. Do they represent what her haunts her nights? Okay, we are done. Uh-oh. Got it on the first try. Okay.
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
Painting for Boston client, $230. $330. $500 returned. Did they return the Shambler for FS? Painting for FS. Okay, so somebody called FS bought several of the paintings. But somebody gave the painting back. And the Shambler for FS was a gift.
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other.
Fate brought us together, and forever it will bind us. Why are there scratch marks on this door?
Locked. Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
My very dear Sarah, ever since you left to bury yourself away on that lost island, your art has been attracting increasing numbers of collectors. I beg you to send me some new paintings. The last one, so somber and strange, moving as no other paintings I've ever seen, are selling at a premium price. Your percentage of these most recent sales is attached. Do not forget your friend, who was the first to recognize your genius and display it to the world. Affectionately yours, Maximilian L. What is this thing?
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve?
Okay, I guess we're done here. Yep.
Bradley? Is that you?
Aha, something is hidden here. Upstairs?
Is anyone there?
Dun dun dun. Ah, finally. It's our guy. It's a painting of him.
You! Stop! Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
I'll cover you.
Wait, we haven't actually explored this room much. Let's just quickly go through and see if there's anything.
This place was falling apart long before the fire. Moby Dick, Melville's classic.
Bringing up
The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
Okay, let's just hurry along then. So I guess in this direction?
This door was closed earlier.
Where did he go?
Must have got out some way.
4?
No, he was here.
4? Wait, hold on.
I'm sure.
Hold on. There we go.
Let's search this room.
Oh.
The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. This panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism.
Use the crowbar.
I'd be better off not touching them for the moment.
Aha.
As if the bookcase has been moved several times. Seems like this came from a log.
Let's see. Some of the logs that we couldn't see before. Darkwater Island. We sailed north all morning. Captain Hamilton is confident. He says we'll beat the Orpheus this season. May God be merciful. I preferred when the whales disappeared without a trace. With these carcasses, we can no longer ignore their sad fate. What is eating these huge beasts? I told Hamilton that it was a bad omen. He doesn't care. 49 north by 61 northwest. West. We dropped anchor near the village. The inhabitants say that the waters are red with the blood of the sacred beasts, and to follow them is to defy the gods. I told them that I only feared God Almighty, but in the loneliness of the hold I'm scared. We have sighted a huge whale in the distance. Its size seems to be beyond anything known to man. It sends out an infernal song. Hamilton wants it. We caught it. It's the most grotesque whale I've ever laid eyes on. It will go into memory as the biggest catch ever. Men have died, but we have gained glory. This day will be celebrated for years to come. Darkwater, we have beaten the Orpheus, returned with empty hulls. The Scylla and Hamilton are only memories. Okay. Now, let's see.
It looks like an old seaway map. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
Oh, wait. I guess that's the US on the left side and Europe on the right side. I think maybe the Bermuda Triangle is there. Where's this hidden object?
There must be a link with the seaway map.
Here's one.
This Dr. Fuller. Was he Sarah Hawkins' therapist?
Let's see. I understand your worries, but I assure you that Sarah is in good hands here at the Riverside Institute. It goes without saying that her state requires very specific care and a high level of attention. Her full potential will only be able to express itself if she's placed in a secure environment and surrounded by qualified staff. The decision is yours, of course, but I seem to understand that you're running out of time. Your friend.
They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips.
There's still more hidden objects.
Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. Probably. It looks like a freehand map of Darkwater. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why. This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism.
Aha, that's probably the solution then.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
Let's see.
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
I'm thinking...
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
I'm thinking... Because the crowbar was something we found that was a secret.
With this, I should be able to force the gears.
Instead of solving the puzzle, we're gonna break the puzzle. Ha ha ha.
Well done, Pierce.
Ooh. Trophy get.
Secret passage, under the manor. It's like a detective novel. That guy must have already gotten far.
Yeah, and he had a direct means of entry to the crime scene. We must find him.
3 seats.
Look, someone's been here recently.
Did Charles Hawkins use this place? Who were the others?
Uh-oh, we're getting some throwbacks to the intro of the game. What is this thing?
What is this mask supposed to represent? Whatever Charles Hawkins hid here, he didn't want it in his house.
Is that a plant?
This piece of cloth is unmistakably from a dress. Sarah Hawkins. Was she hiding from someone? Whoever was sitting here could have seen Sarah Hawkins. Could this be related to her death?
this place? Oh, it just keeps going down.
Pierce, where you going? I can't keep up with you in this darkness.
Are you scared? I want to see how far these steps go.
Who's talking about being scared? I'll wait for you by the door.
Okay. Do we see any, what does Lovecraft call that? Non-ecclesial architecture.
There you are again.
Well done, Pierce. And it looks like you found our fugitive. This door is securely shut. I'll look for another passage.
It's an underground cave. We can advance this side.
Yeah, I can see that. You, please excuse me, but given your condition, I'll stick to my idea. I'm not cut out for this kind of acrobatics.
All right. Look for another entrance. I'll try to catch up with our man. Time has weakened these structures. This oil again. What is it used for? This oil again. What is it used for? I don't have time to search them all. What's going on here?
Pierce!
Keep your voice down. We're not alone.
Good God. What have you got me into?
We'll see. I'll go on. Try to go down on your side.
Yeah, there's a passage. I'll meet you at the bottom.
Oh, creepy.
A table for sacrifice? An engraved whalebone. A strange creature has been carved into it. Probably a figure of worship. Locked.
Of course it is. Ah, okay, I guess we have to go in that direction, so let's just move on. Very spooky stuff. Now, let's see. This is locked. Oh.
A mass grave.
Am I supposed to do something here, or...
A table for sacrifice?
Or do we need to go back somehow? I'm gonna double back just in case and see if anything happens. What is this? Broken textures? So there's obviously like a place down there, but where am I supposed to go? Because this path doesn't really seem to lead anywhere. Now we're just backtracking. It went into a straight path, like basically a straight path for a long time. And now I can't go back, so... What am I missing? Path here? No. So why? So that's a mass grave, but it's just a hole on the floor. You can't jump in.
A table for sacrifice?
That's what he says. He doesn't comment on his own picture being like right there. Seems you can't move past this. Is there a way to like get this open perhaps? What are we missing? You can't just be stuck here. That's so anticlimactic. Come on. Come on, game.
A table for sacrifice?
Damn it. I feel like we should be triggering something, but nothing is happening. I clearly can't go in that direction. I don't have anything to interact with. I don't see any additional paths.
Damn it.
Ah, okay. Yeah, this really just looks like a dead end. Huh. What about the closed areas? What if I look at these guys? Okay, they are definitely performing some sort of sacrifice. No staircases at all. So that guy went down there. How do we get down there? Is there like a stair that I just didn't see? Because I feel like this room is important because they bother showing everything off. They sacrificed a fish on this side. This path is just blocked. Is there like maybe a lever or something? Or is this one of those cases where the game just refuses to load? Let's do this just in case. Okay, so this is the checkpoint. So clearly...
A table for sacrifice?
Ah, I see. There was this tiny thing you had to interact with that I couldn't see before. There we go.
I got it.
Oh, it can't breathe. What's happening?
Who keeps painting?
No, damn it! I must find a way out of here.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it is time. You will soon be one of us, if your body and mind are ready.
I dream of it every night. I have constant visions. I am ready.
Good enough. Prove it to us.
It's like in my dream.
obviously we want to go to we want to get to the scene that we saw
Seems to have been
earlier in the
used
game.
recently. Probably some sort of ritual. I can't read Latin.
Oh no, I see. Oh no. Oh no. This is that area again. But we already have the lantern this time.
You who sleep, accept this dream under your immortal wing.
Ya Cthulhu Nithsiha Fitag.
Grant him your flesh and accept his, so that his body and yours may be one.
Yibithink Padk Cthulhu Bithinkor.
Grant him your mind and accept his, so that his mind and yours may be one.
Yeloig.
I feel him.
Shh. You are gifted indeed. Not another word. Let him pass through every part. Bring me more sacred flesh. Oh, you who sleep. We pray for your return into the kingdom of the earth.
It looks like a kind of deep coma. What could this ritual have done to them?
We are ready for the ceremony.
I saw something.
Yep. Looked like a stealth section.
Bradley, what are you doing here? I saw two odd-looking guys coming down. Seemed up to no good. What in the world is this?
An intruder!
Oh, shit! Don't move! Police! Don't move! I won't hesitate.
Bradley, get back! Get back!
You asked for it.
Oh.
Charles, you shouldn't have seen this.
Get out of here.
Oh shit. Well, at least my outlast skills came in handy right there. Because you do a lot of running like that in Outlast. Oh boy. I'm glad it took this long to get to the limping section.
At last.
Unlike Evil Within, where you start. Damn. Riverside Institute. Oh, okay. Followed in through. He is now in a critical state. Ah, another long loading time. Well, yeah, that was chapter 4. I believe this game has 17 chapters, if I read the trophy list correctly. There is a hospital level, yeah. We've seen this part in other games. Yeah, we've definitely seen this.
He's having a seizure.
You will survive. Strong subject.
There, he's opening his eyes.
Saved him for her.
I can't get up.
Don't move, Pierce. You can certainly say that you gave us a scare.
What did you do to me? Undo these straps!
Whoa! Go easy, my friend.
Your dad... he killed you.
Are you sure he's better?
He was dead. Me too, we were dead! What are you doing?
I'm sorry, my friend.
What? No!
Sedatives. What, are we gonna get another loading screen? Oh, okay. Now we're playing Outlast. Man,
What
this,
happened to me?
even the cell looks
Where am
similar.
I?
Oh, what is this?
This foul gas again.
Mr. Sanders, you have to come with us.
No, please. I can't leave here.
You got no choice, Sanders, and neither do we.
Why would I have gas? Anyway, this is a good place to stop. We're gonna return to the main menu and wrap things up for today. So this has been the opening of Call of Cthulhu. How did you guys like it so far? I will go here. Yeah, very interesting game. I almost like the murder mystery bit more than I like the Cthulhu bit, which is kind of weird. I guess maybe once we get a little further into the game, the Cthulhu bit starts, you know, it's only just getting started. Cultists, evil gods, your main character going crazy, stuff like that. Yeah, I felt like the plot with the whole murder mystery was really actually getting quite interesting, and then suddenly we get thrown into Cthulhu horror universe. I mean, we all knew that was coming, but it seemed like the murder mystery part was done so well that I almost found myself wishing that it would have just been one of those games instead. Yeah, it is a Cthulhu game, so of course there's gonna be cultists and a lot of disturbing fish imagery. Obviously you can see the shadow in the background here. I wonder if that scene is gonna be in the game. But yeah, we are definitely getting into a hospital stage from the looks of it. Let's see here. But yeah, we got some new followers. I appreciate that. We're still. I'm gonna crunch the numbers later, but it does look like we are on par for basically, we're closing in on 100 episodes, and we are closing in on 100 followers, and they are pretty neck to neck, actually. I can't even tell which one is closer. I'm gonna have to, like I said, I'm gonna have to crunch some math, but so far it's been pretty cool trying out this multi-stream. I'm gonna again have to look at the numbers later. From what I can tell, everybody who was in the chat came from Twitch. Yeah, we will be back with Call of Cthulhu next week. Same channel, same bat time, same bat channel, and we will also be doing Muso Monday with the same multi-stream. Now that I know that it works and it's been set up properly. But yeah, most of all, I want to crunch some numbers and look at the features, like how we can actually use this thing. Like, if you stream to YouTube, do you also get a relay video over there that saves itself? Because that would be super helpful. Now we're not quite at 100 episodes yet. We are very close. We're well past 80. Closing in on, let's see here. We should be at, let's see, like 88, I think. Or something to that effect, but yeah. I'm counting a bit loosely because I did not start the first week of January, but I've also done several extra streams. Either way, if you want more, just hit that follow button and you can get notifications for when we go live next time. But like I said, it will be on the same channel and on the same day, because Cthursday is the extra stream when we play games like this. It's every Cthursday, so you don't need to wonder when is she gonna stream next, because it's gonna be the next part of Call of Cthulhu is gonna be on Cthursday, just like today. And on Monday we will be back with our regularly scheduled programming as well, with Muso Monday, because that's the main part of this show. So if you're interested in that, the usual stuff, learning more about Romance of the Three Kingdoms, and because we're doing the Way campaign, you can learn more about Cao Cao, and the next part is gonna possibly have another scene that I can talk about that we may be disappointed in that it's not gonna show up again, despite Dynasty War 7 being the best story edition. But yeah, look forward to that, because then we will see if Manly Man Chang Gong does his little famous speech instead. But if you're not interested in that, you can come back next week for more cosmic horror in Call of Cthulhu, when we take on the dreaded hospital stage. Interested in seeing how that's gonna work out. I'm almost thinking that the hospital stage is gonna be like just a side note. Because yeah, but we'll see. The mental hospitals in horror games have been overused to the extent that there are several games that go the whole game like that. So I'm hoping and also thinking that in this game it's gonna be just a tiny portion, and then you're gonna be out there again. But we will see for sure when we come back next week. Now, can we possibly do a little raid? I actually have a guy who was streaming Dynasty Warriors 9, but I can't type his name for a raid. We do have this thing. So yeah, we're gonna do that. If I can figure out how to do it, like, yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna send you guys somewhere, and you guys take care, and thank you so much for tuning in and checking out this experimental multi-stream thing, and also this very interesting game. Now, take care and try to sleep easy, and don't dream of octopus-faced cultist monster with drug needles. Ta-ta!